Hello everyone. Today we will look how to automate Gmail login using Selenium Cucumber. To automate Gmail login using Selenium Cucumber, first you have to set up your project. To set up a project, you have to open a command prompt on Windows machine or you can open a terminal on Mac machine. After that, create your project directory, change your current directory to your project directory, and inside your project directory execute a command selenium cucumber gen. This command will create a feature skeleton in your project directory and this feature skeleton looks like this. So let's start. Currently I am in E drive and you can observe that there is no Gmail login directory here, which is my project directory. So I am creating my project directory. I am changing my current directory to my project directory. Now observe that this project directory is empty now. Now I'm going to create a feature skeleton in my project directory using the command selenium cucumber gen. So the features directory gets created. I will open my project in Sublime so that you can understand the feature skeleton. So this is my project directory. Inside that there is a features directory. Features directory contains step definitions directory. Step definitions directory contains custom steps.rb file. Support directory contains environment.rb and hooks.rb files. And here is the my first dot feature file. My first dot feature file contains this code. This code explains you how to write your features. So I am deleting this code because this may hamper our Gmail login code. So I have deleted this code and I am going to create a new directory, new feature file called as Gmail login. So I have created new feature file Gmail login dot feature. Now let's start writing Gmail login feature here. So I'm writing feature name as Gmail login. Inside feature I'm going to write scenario. You can write multiple scenarios in one feature file, but currently we are going to see valid credentials login. That is, after providing a valid credentials, user should get logged in. So I'm giving name of my scenario as valid Gmail login. So you have to write steps inside your scenario to automate Gmail login, valid Gmail login. So the first step is I have to navigate to gmail.com. So we have a predefined steps for navigation. I am copying this. I have pasted here. Now I have to navigate to gmail.com. So I am giving the URL of gmail.com. So after navigating to gmail.com, I have to insert my credentials in these input fields. So we have a predefined steps for input steps. I am copying this step. So I want to enter my email address. Into input field having ID. So I have to find out the ID of this element. For that I am using Firebug and Firepath. These are the tools which helps you to find out the XPath IDs of the elements. So I pasted here. I am using now I can use a similar predefined step to insert my password. So I enter my password into input field having ID. So I have to find out the XPath of ID of password field. I copied ID, I pasted here. After entering my credentials, I have to click on sign in button. So we have a predefined steps for clicking, click steps. So I'm copying this step. Then I click on element having ID. So the ID of sign in button, I copied this. I pasted here, and after clicking on sign in, it will take few seconds to authenticate my credentials and get me logged in. So I have to wait for few seconds. We have a predefined steps for progress. Then I wait for, so I pasted here, then I wait for 10 seconds, and after that then I should get logged in. So this is my feature. You can observe that here I have used then for all the steps, but to make your steps more understandable or readable, use keywords provided by Cucumber as given, then, when, and given. I navigate to gmail.com and I enter my email and I enter my password. When I click on sign in button and I wait for 10 seconds, then I should get logged in. Here you can observe that these first 5 steps are predefined steps and this sixth step is custom step. So you will get confused what is meant by predefined step and what is meant by custom step. So the predefined steps are the steps mentioned here. For that you don't have to write any Ruby code, and this is my custom step. So I have to write my Ruby code to implement this custom step. So this scenario is now more readable and understandable. So I am executing my scenario using the command cucumber space features slash gmail login dot. This is the way to execute your feature file. So if you have a multiple feature files and you want to execute a single feature file, then use this command, and if you have a single feature file, then use only cucumber command. So I am executing my feature. So this is my feature, this is my scenario. I navigate to gmail.com, I entered my credentials and I clicked on sign in button. Then I wait for 10 seconds, and what is this? One undefined. That is what I said you that we have to implement our own Ruby code to implement this custom step. So Cucumber gives us a suggestion to implement how we can implement this step. So this is a feature of Cucumber. If you write a custom steps, then Cucumber will give you a suggestion to how you can implement your custom step. So I am copying this custom step and I am pasting this custom step in custom steps.rb file. This is the custom steps.rb file present under step definitions. So here you can write your own custom Ruby code to implement your custom step. So I will write here my custom Ruby code to verify that I gets logged in or not. So to verify that I will check that after login this my username gets displayed or not. So let's start writing our Ruby code. You can observe that here I have written my Ruby code to implement this custom step. So you can write your logic to implement your custom step in custom steps.rb file. So let's run this feature again. So I navigate to gmail.com. I entered my credentials. I clicked on sign in button. I wait for 10 seconds. Then user should get logged in. User gets logged in successfully. One scenario passed. Six steps passed. So in this way you can write your own Ruby code to implement your custom steps. Now let's look how predefined steps will reduce your headache to write your Ruby code and implement your custom steps. So it is better to use predefined steps in your scenarios and make your automation codeless. So I am commenting this code and I am commenting this custom step. Now I will use predefined step which verifies that user gets logged in successfully. So we have a predefined steps for assertion. So assertion steps. So I will use this assertion step. I copied that step. I pasted here. Then element having X path should have a text as. Give your verification text. So I will use the X path of the element. So instead of writing custom step, I have used predefined step to verify my login. So let's look how it works. So I am running the same scenario again using the all custom, all predefined steps. So I navigate to gmail.com. I entered credentials. I clicked on sign in button. I wait for 10 seconds and all steps are passed now. So in this way, use more and more predefined steps to automate your scenarios and make your automation easy and codeless. Hello. Now we will look how to use predefined steps to implement our custom steps. So if you observe this script, this script is totally a technical script. So the non-technical person cannot understand what is written and what this scenario will do. That is, the element having XPath, this should have a text plus res. So you will, the non-technical person not will not get any idea about what this step will do. So to avoid that confusion, we will use our custom steps and we will implement our custom steps in scenarios, and to implement our custom steps we will use our predefined steps. So let's look how we can do it. So for that I will create a new feature called as Gmail login nt. Nt means non-technical dot feature file. So I have created that. So I will copy the first part. I pasted here. So for the valid credentials I will write given I open Gmail website and I enter my email as gmail.com and I enter when I click on sign in button, wait for few seconds, then I should get logged in. So this is my complete non-technical script which is understood by any non-technical person. So we will look how to implement this non-technical script using our predefined steps. So let's run this feature. So I am running this feature. So one scenario undefined and 6 steps are undefined. That is, these all steps are custom steps and we have not implemented them. So Cucumber gives me suggestion to implement my custom steps. I am copying these custom steps, copying these suggestions, and I am pasting, and I will remove all this code and I am pasting all the suggestions here. and I will use my predefined steps inside my custom steps. So there is a syntax step space percent and in square brackets write your predefined step, and please make sure that you have removed this keyword given then when. This in this way you can implement your predefined step in custom step. So I will write all the steps. So the value which you passed in double quotes, this will considered as a parameter. So this is my parameter email, so I will use this parameter email. Then I enter password, then I click on sign in button. So the step 2 click on sign in button is this. Then I wait for few seconds. I wait for 10 seconds. Then I should get logged in. Then element having xpath this. So in this way I have written my predefined steps in to implement my custom steps. So let's run this non-technical scenario. So I'm running this scenario. Here I open Gmail website and enter my credentials. When I click on sign in button, and I wait for few seconds, then I should get logged in. One passed, 6 steps passed. So in this way you can write your scenarios in using custom steps, and these custom steps can be readable by a non-technical person as well. So let's look again how you can implement. These are my custom steps, and I have used predefined steps to implement my custom steps. Thanks for watching this video.